Alright, it's September 8th, 2021. And I hear on the television this morning, I had to walk out of the room, some kind of fight or debate over abortion in Texas and staunch laws, and I know, I'm like, alright, so it's a universe, because it's a law case for one purpose. At galaxy is broken and nothing else matters while the galaxy is broken. It's still one universe. The whole thing together is one. And currently the reason why it's a broken galaxy and what everybody's fighting over is the one that came and the other one that they're keeping away in an astrological zodiac programmed anatomical weight distribution. There's galactic things that are broken, and then there is planetary issues. Well, actually, then there's planetary issues. Planetary issues do not become as important when there's galactic things to be done with one instruction and somebody is not behaving. That's it. That's the way it works. If I have a crime scene, let's go down to like low-level detective crimes, and not to upset anyone's, I mean, I don't think that I'm this like high-level educate by any means. I've been held captive my entire life. I don't really have exposure to really important things like people. So here's the crime scene. If the green is a cell wall and a membrane, I think that they teach, even in my level of dumb fucking useless exposure at community college, they taught this for me. That's Nassau Community College. That was, by the way, when I went, there was a high level of humans that were not my family member. I was like the only one of my kind, and like in some classes, like maybe kind of like there's a soured version of my ancestry, but for the most part, check the roll call and muster sheets. Ben had the same thing when he went. So if this is a plant cell, plant, this works with the guys at factory level. You have a maintenance job and a factory assignment. If this is the plant's wall, the cell wall at the plant factory where your daughter's being held captive, the one relative that is relative to everything in relativity and universal, and it's the one mission that everybody got wrong, but you know better because she's there to help you somehow. Right, she's sneaking you answers, so this way you always get your questions right, and there's no argument over how'd you come upon that information. My daughter told me. Right, got it. Okay, my star daughter, whatever. So here we are at the plant's walls, and then there's this little curtain of whatever that's dancing inside of my cellular wall for a reason which I can't tell you that, but I can tell you what it looks like. Then there's an energy, then there's a cell membrane that we'll call lip. I got two lips. Right, it's a lip ID. It's a lipid. Me and my fat cow girl thighs are in a lipid adipose tissue problem because of the pros coming out of everybody else's mouth that thinks they're a pro. So what's happening is my body is no longer cute and thin like that. It now looks gigantic like this in some areas like this. It's really gross. We're not getting into it. However, if this is a healthy energy cell wall because it's able to hold its own spherical measure, value, and metric, this would be an unhealthy for this one purpose. Currently, when I'm in the living room or I'm in this room where it has a ceiling, it has a floor, and then it has walls, this is what it feels like. It feels like it's collapsing in on one another because the points of energy star are not being held by natural law standards. There's competing computer model theory that is impacting my local weather and my internal energy grid, and it is affecting my biology, and it is really painful. So this is an animal cell, we'll call it. I'm an animal that has a cell problem at the moment. And then this is the plant cell wall, which is what I call, I mean, I don't have another word for it. I guess that's the room's dimensions. If you're building me a she shed outside with a roof over it, there's a measurement, and it has walls, and then it has energy on the inside. So we keep it simple. Then this is something that has to do with that abortion issue. So we don't get mad at other people's sons and daughters because nobody else's sons and daughters matter. You have one star daughter. Get this straight. This is a Golgi apparatus. I have a Golgi apparatus. My female reproductive is a Golgi apparatus that none of you men can see. So it doesn't matter necessarily, other than this one conversation. There are little energy stars that came out of my Golgi apparatus. We'll call them a ribosome. I have 4 ribosomes because I work within a cell plant wall with an animal lipid cell membrane myself, and I have a Golgi apparatus that spit out 4 protein cells or 4 ribosomes, and you package the proteins somehow inside the Golgi apparatus, and then boop, they come out, and oh my god, look at that, it's a ribosome walking around. Nobody else uses this teaching in this format, so I thought it might be helpful on really hot topics. Like, we weren't talking about you. We're not talking about the future you, the past you, the you that you dreamed about, the you that you had in a nightmare. We're talking about here and now. One kid's trapped in a cell plant wall, inserted somehow, and she's got a cell membrane lipid problem of its collapsing in on itself, and it's really painful. And she can describe it. And if she's in a living environment, there's outer signs, too, in the neighborhood that she can tell other humans about, even though they look at her like she's crazy, because she diagnosed the local zip code has a case of sidewalk chickenpox. For some more professionals, they're called tar sticks. TARSTICKS for crude oil over educates, but for the new local, like, it's a pattern, but it's not a researchable pattern because it's just tar sticks. Right, yeah. I got a ribosome. I got a couple of them walking around. They're mine. I made them in my own Golgi apparatus. So I'm going to need some help with that because I only see humans and they have no clue. Their school didn't even teach this. I had to go to community college to learn this, but not so I could do a forensic analysis at a detective level to speak to humans at an advanced level outside of their realm of normal reality, so we could have one connection, so this way you could be like, oh, that thing that she needed, let's go do that, because it's really easy to see how this is a one-time thing and not something that pertains to the entire public that we get to sit and wait on. Is that a navel? Is that an arm? Or is that a leg? I'm underwater. Right, yeah, no, we're not. This is a one-time thing, and I just need one little girl help for one Big Daddy Russia thing that I had going on in Communicat, I thought, but somehow the humans put themselves in my position, and then they fucked it all up. I know you got problems getting to me, but I don't know where the problem lies, other than all of the speaking, moving, feeling humanoid parts. Right, so just go with I'm not human. I'm like, I don't know, somebody kept her in the survivor cabin, and she's fed, and she learned some stuff, I guess, maybe out of a book. She's friendly, she doesn't bite, she's not weird, crazy like that, but... Right, go with Mary Poppins, but a Mary Poppins that was deprived of everything cleanly and fashionable. But I do have an umbrella. Star 1978, star 8378, Nicole Cataruzzo. And it is Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361. Today's September 8th, 2021.